what key is this song in? D sharp minor. What does that even mean? A key is a very confusing idea that's kind of hard to define, but it's gonna make sense after you watch this video. This is how I teach my students. Let's do it. So a key is a group of notes and chords that sound good together, that basically go together. So in music, we use Roman numerals. For a key, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In a key, your first position is your first chord, and each one of these numbers represents one chord. The capital letters are major chords and the lowercase letters are minor chords. This is the exact same way in every major key. So for example, if C is our first chord, we then just go through the alphabet. If you know the alphabet, this should be easy. And then the ones that have lowercase numerals, we just add a little minor to them. The 7th is diminished, but we're gonna talk about that later. Okay, so right here, we've jumped from G to A. I'm gonna show you why we did that. The musical alphabet is just like the English alphabet, but it's only 7 letters long. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and it just starts over after that, infinitely, forever. So when we go through in order in our key signature, we can start on whatever letter we want for the first chord in the key, but we're gonna start over after G, no matter what. So the musical alphabet is 7 letters long, but we have a couple little sneaky sharps and flats. So to make the complete list of 12 tones, which is all the notes in music, we just add sharps. E and B don't get sharps. They're just not invited. It sucks for them. Each step around the circle of the notes is called 1/2 step. And normally there's a half step between a note and its sharp. Between B and C is a half step, so it doesn't get a note in between. If you play the piano, you can see this visually by which keys don't have a black key in between them. So there are 7 chords in a key. The capital letters are major chords and the lowercase letters are minor chords. And then there's a diminished chord. Now we're gonna talk about how to find more complicated keys using the 12 tones. A key is a group of 7 notes and chords. We use the major scale to determine what notes are in a key, and we use a specific step formula to determine what notes are in a major scale. To find the notes in any major scale, we go through a specific series of whole steps and half steps. A half step is starting on one note and just going right to the next note, anywhere on the 12 tones. A half step, C to C sharp, or E to F, anywhere on the circle where there's no note in between, that's a half step. A whole step is just skipping one note. B to C is a half step. B to C sharp is a whole step. To make any major scale, you just start somewhere on the circle, anywhere you want. Let's say we're starting on G, and you move in this exact order of steps. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So if we're making the G scale, we're starting on G, we're going one whole step, so that's to A. Then another whole step, going from A to B. Then we need a half step from B to C. Then we need another whole step, C to D. Whole step, D to E. Whole step, E to F sharp, because we're skipping F to make a whole step. And then one half step back to G. So we've made the G major scale. You can do this with any scale, starting anywhere on the circle, and you can see how you don't have to know what sharps are in a scale, what notes are in a scale, as long as you follow the formula. You can also do this with minor scales. It has its own formula. To make any minor scale you want, your formula is whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. For example, what if we're trying to make the B minor scale? We're starting with B. We'll go one whole step to C sharp. Then we'll move one half step from C sharp to D. Another whole step, E. Another whole step to F sharp. Half step to G. A whole step to A. And our final whole step back to where we started. Now you can build any major and any minor scale without knowing anything about anything. Now, what about that example at the beginning of the video? What about D sharp minor? D sharp minor is a very strange scale. It has a weird element in it. If we start with D sharp, our whole step would be F, half step to F sharp, whole step to G sharp, whole step to A sharp, half step to B, whole step to C sharp, whole step to D sharp. If you look at the first notes in the scale, you notice that there's an F and an F sharp in here. In classical music theory, we have to have one of every letter in every scale. So we're going to call this E sharp. This is actually how it works. With these three pieces, you can figure out any key signature without knowing or memorizing anything. Let's do an example. Let's say I want to do a song in the key of A. A is 1. Using the steps of the major scale, I'm going to move through and figure out the rest of my notes. The first whole step means B is 2. Next whole step, C sharp, is 3. Half step to D is 4. Whole step to E is 5. Whole step to F sharp is 6. Whole step to G sharp is 7. And then our final half step starts over at A. We go through and we minorify the ones that need to be minor according to the Roman numerals in lowercase and the sneaky diminished chord. And we have the key of A major. The diminished chord is a different type of chord like major or minor chords. The reason that they're all different is what notes go into the chord to make the chord. A major chord is made of the first, third, and fifth notes in the scale. A minor chord is made out of those same 3 notes, but the middle note is flat. Diminished chord is made of those same 3 notes, but both of these notes are flat. The second and third notes in the chord are flat. Diminished chords are not nearly as common as major and minor. You can get by for a while without ever messing with them, but that's what it is in the key. We're not going to worry too much about the diminished chord right now, but we'll talk about it in a future video. We now know what a key signature is. We know about the major and minor chords. We know about major scales and minor scales. So how does this apply to figuring out how to play a song? How does this apply to learning a song? Without key signature, when I'm trying to figure out a song, I have to choose from every chord in the universe. And that is a lot of chords. When I know the key of a song that I'm trying to figure out, I only have 7 chords to choose from, which makes it infinitely easier to figure out. Key signature also tells us what different chords do in a song and what the emotional effect is of each chord in a song, which helps us to write songs too. There are a couple of useful ways to apply this when you're learning songs. The first way is to look up the key of the song that you want to learn and use this to figure out the chords. Let's say I want to do All Too Well by Taylor Swift. I'm gonna Google All Too Well Taylor Swift key. Taylor Swift's All Too Well is primarily written in the key of C major. This song is in the key of C. Since this song is in the key of C, this is the menu we're choosing from when we're figuring out what chords are in this song. It doesn't mean that we're gonna use all of the chords. Most of the time, we don't use every chord in the key. It means that most likely every chord in the song is on this list. Let's practice by writing this out one more time. The key of C starts with C, we know that. We go one whole step first, another whole step to E, a half step to F, a whole step to G, whole step to A, whole step to B, and then back to C with a half step. Then we go in and fill in our minor chords with the lowercase numerals, D minor, E minor, A minor, and we do our one diminished chord. These capital and lowercase major and minor Roman numerals are only for the major key. There's a different one for the minor key, I just forgot to say it earlier. Now we know these are the chords we're choosing from to figure out what's in this song. When you're listening to the song, you can search through these chords and see what sounds like it matches. Oftentimes, a song starts with the first chord in the key. Not every time, but that's a good place to start looking. If that doesn't sound right, you can just try another one and see if that sounds right. Most people can tell even just a little bit what sounds right and what sounds wrong when you're playing along to a song. If you go through these options while listening to the song and you're still not sure what sounds right, you can always look up the chords. So if I'm trying to learn this song, I'll listen to a little bit of the beginning and I'll try to find which of these chords sounds like what I just heard. Sounds like C to me. That's how you use a key to find the chords that go in a song. Now let's do the opposite. What if we know the chords of a song and we don't know the key and we want to figure out what key it's in? In All Too Well, I know the chords are C, G, A minor, and F. There are two tricks I like to use to determine the key just from looking at a chord progression. The first thing I normally do is look at the first chord in the progression and see if my chords match that key. If I write out the key signature of C, which is my first chord, I can pretty clearly see whether these chords match in that key. So if I've written out C, C fits, C is 1, G is in here, A minor is right there, F is right there, it all works in the key of C. Another great trick that I like to use is I look and see if there are two major chords one letter away from each other. If there are, like this, F and G are both in this song, then almost every time those are the fourth and fifth chords in the key. So let's get rid of these letters real quick. And let's find the two letters in this chord progression that are right next to each other in the alphabet. C and G are not next to each other. G and A are next to each other in the alphabet, but one is major and one is minor, and they both have to be major for this trick to work. G and F. F and G are one step apart in the alphabet and are both major chords. Let's write them down right here. F and G. If you notice in the key signature, there are also only two capital letters next to each other. So your two major chords have to go right here. So now let's fill in the rest. Counting backwards is hard, so I'm going to go forward. A minor, B, and then we'll start over at C, D, E. And now if we look at the first letter, we see that the song is in the key of C. Let's quickly, before we wrap up, do an example of a minor key so you can figure out how to do that. So the Roman numerals for a minor key, they're still 1 through 7, but different ones are major and minor. 1 is minor, 2 is our diminished chord, 3 is major, 4 and 5 are minor, 6 is major, and 7 is major. If we're in the key of A minor is 1, and we're going to follow the steps of the minor scale. So we go a whole step to B, then a half step to C, then a whole step to D, another whole step to E, another half step to F, a whole step to G, and then our final whole step goes back to A. Now we just have to fill in the minor numerals. B diminished, D minor, E minor, A minor at the end. And you have the key of A minor. You can do this with any minor scale the same way you can do your major key with any major scale. What if I want to learn Take Me to Church by Hozier? You can leave that in. It's Hozier?
Hozier.
So Ellen DeGeneres was right all along. She said he was Hosey before, and now he's even Hosier. I'm gonna look up the key. It says it's in the key of E minor. So let's figure out E minor real quick. I'll listen to the beginning of the song.
My lover's got humor. She's the...
Try to figure out what matches that. First chord sounded like E minor, so let's try that. Yeah, that sounds right. The second chord, let's figure out what sounds the most like it. E minor to F sharp diminished, that did not sound right. E minor to G, sounds kind of good, but doesn't exactly sound like the song. E minor to A minor, that sounds right. We're gonna go with that. Yeah, it sounds like Take Me to Church. So the chord progression is most likely gonna come from only this list of chords. Now let's try the other way. The main progression in this song is E minor, A minor. There's also a G in there. There's also a C and a D in there at some point. Let's look at our two tricks. First trick, we look at the first chord in the progression, and we can build out that key and see if the chords match. E minor matches, A minor fits, G fits, C is also in there, and so is D. So that looks good. Our other trick, we can try to see if there are two major chords right next to each other in the key. So let's get rid of this. These two are minor chords, so that doesn't work. We need a major chord. G is not really near any of these, but C and D are two major chords right next to each other. Let's find where in the minor key we have two major numerals next to each other. It looks like right there, C and D. Let's go backward through the key since this is at the end. We just did a whole step backward from D to C. Then we can do a half step to B, a whole step to A, whole step to G, half step to F sharp, and then a whole step back to E minor. Now, if we know the chords, we can find what key the song is in. So we talked about what a key is, how the 12 tones and the steps of the major scale work in your favor to figure out how the key works. We talked about how to establish what key a song is in and how to figure out the chords if you already know the key. If you use these three tricks, the Roman numerals of the key signature, the steps of the major and minor scales, and the 12 tones, you can figure out the key of any song and the chords that belong in that song. Key signature is a very complicated concept. It's okay if it doesn't all make sense right away. It would be kind of weird if it did, honestly. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions about any of this, put it in a comment and I will help you. And if your brain is tired and you want to do something simple like strumming patterns, watch this video. I'm Sadie. Thanks for watching Transform Music Studio. See you next time. Hey, what key is this song in?